Hello everyone and welcome to Moonride. This is Dave Johnson. Today we're going to channel the man in the moon. My question for today is about Khashoggi. I just want to know if he will receive the justice he deserves. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Just to start out, I really perceive this Khashoggi as an extremely sympathetic character. He was really, really horribly abused in this situation. It wasn't just that they killed him. And he really is asking for justice. I noticed the fire alarm or police alarm in the background, just for a little corroboration. Let's see. Again, I kind of perceive Khashoggi awaiting justice, and I'm just going to ask him directly, what about this? Are you going to get justice? He's not certain about this. It doesn't seem clear to him that he will get it. He seems somewhat disappointed. That might be about the past. Let's ask man in the moon, what do we see as justice? What will happen regarding Khashoggi? I see a dithering Congress kind of going back and forth. Yeah, maybe we'll help, maybe we won't. And, one thing that is apparent to me is that someone will get justice if this only slows Saudi Arabia down a bit. That is a net benefit, obviously not to Khashoggi, but there's a lot of people who may survive because we are now looking at Saudi Arabia and seeing what he's doing wrong. I should say what Saudi Arabia is doing wrong. Dithering Congress. I see the Senator Coons is really striving to get somewhere with this, and he just may be symbolic. But I see that some senators are going to be quite dogged about this, even on the right. They are pretty much saying, we've had enough. So there is not the movement forward that we might like to see, but a more subtle and discreet movement forward. It's also interesting that this is a subject that brings people like Coons and Lindsey Graham together. Actually, they agree on this, and they're willing to work together on this one. And for once, Lindsey Graham is authentically mad. This isn't just an act. He really is quite angry about this. He knows that his constituents are angry about this too. They just don't particularly care for Saudi Arabia. It's quite ironic that it's a basis of racism on the part of people like Lindsey Graham that they are doing this, and because it just doesn't look good to their constituents that they're kowtowing to Muslim fanatics who, are some of the worst on this planet. So I don't know if we're going to exactly punish the leader of Saudi Arabia, but it feels like on a political level things will change for Saudi Arabia. So there will be some level of justice. It's almost like Khashoggi was a sacrifice for a whole body of people that are really going to do much better thanks to his disappearance and murder. It's sad, but Khashoggi is a very much of a heroic figure. He's been sacrificed for a greater good, and that's pretty noble. It's also creating problems within Saudi Arabia. So the hierarchy that they attempted to establish has now been thrown into question. There's battling back and forth. People are undermining each other. So it really is, in a sense, undermining the government of Saudi Arabia. Now, the leader of Saudi Arabia does pretty much feel himself to be untouchable, and to some degree, this is true. I don't think that they are going to remove him, but he's going to be fighting off people who would take control. He's going to be spending a lot of his time in defensive maneuvers as opposed to offensive maneuvers. Again, that's not good. Hmm. It does seem like Khashoggi will get justice in the end. It will take a long time. It will be perhaps the kind of justice that's just, we're telling the truth. I almost get the feeling of like greater justice. We all live with the consequences of our actions. So that is a greater justice. I just keep getting that, the scales, and one is really weighted down. There's a greater justice that's going to go on for all of these events, if not directly the end of this king. And what is also useful to know about this is that that king has been stopped. He can no longer do these actions with impunity. He has been halted. He is in enough of a dangerous situation that he has been halted. These events, he won't be able to do these things anymore because he faces threats from inside. Okay, what about the U.S. government? What are they going to do regarding Saudi Arabia? Yeah, I'm getting very much a Lindsey Graham, like, it's broken. Like, he's taking a pencil and breaking it. Like, the relationship is broken. That is the consequence. That is the good thing that is going on here. Yeah, the left and right will come together actually on this one. So again, there is some benefit for this. This has actually finally become egregious enough that even conservatives are not accepting what has gone on. And they will work together on this one. They cannot, necessarily change the leadership of Saudi Arabia, but they will curtail them. And again, on a bright side, this is one thing that has brought left and right together. They all have their own agendas, not necessarily being entirely noble, but they are coming together on this one and saying, there's a limit, and this is it. This is one we're going to stick to. And it's not just talk. This time, the Republicans really are going to do something. It's not only talk. And that's the justice. It is unfortunate that Khashoggi won't get real justice and put his murderers in prison, but it's almost like he's saying, like, I sacrificed myself for a greater good. Here are all these events that have taken place to slow Saudi Arabia's reach, and I did it I did it as a sacrifice, and I'd do it again. That's sort of what his face tells me. This is a really heroic person. Others go into this with their wits about them. They know exactly what they're going into. He didn't know what was happening when he walked into that embassy. It was a surprise to him, but he always knew in the back of his mind what an incredible risk he was taking by saying the truth about Saudi Arabia. So I hope everybody just takes a moment to acknowledge the incredible heroism of somebody who, who belongs to a religion that's often perceived as not a selfless one. Regardless, this is a person who has done something incredibly selfless, not for himself, really, but for a whole body of people. He should be commended, and we should remember him for this. All of those people who are being saved, their lives are being saved. It's the result of the sacrifice of one single person. And that should be a great lesson to all of us, that one person can make a big difference. So, thanks for watching.